This week I have been mostly prepping Gerviella.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to do a how to use a hammer and chisel to prep fossils video. Hammer and chisel is the best tools to use. I love hammer and chisel. And we're going to be practicing here on this lovely Gerviella block. I found this Gerviella in one of my fossil hunting videos. This is a small fragment off of the big old monolith. This is just a little bit of practice before I hit the monolith. This is going to be one of my best ever Gerviella blocks. I've never actually found one with Ammonites in it before. I've got at least two in here. There's one here, and they're easy to lose. So I'll find the other one soon as we get chipping. Mini Jim. Here's the other one, just here. So this is going to make a very interesting prep. My weapon of choice for hammer is the stonemason's dolly. This is a 400-gram hammer. You can hammer with this for hours. I used to use a 1-pound lump hammer. That makes your arm ache after about an hour and you can't do anything else. It's worth having a good selection of chisels, sharp ones and blunt ones. This is a pin punch that I've adapted and ground off and turned into a chisel. These work really well. You can use centre punches, but I find them a bit too short for my liking. So that's why I've adapted these. This is a beautiful sharp tungsten chisel for carving marble. And your good old run-of-the-mill Stanley cold chisels. Cold chisels is all you need, but a good selection of them. Always when working with stone, wear a dust mask, protect your lungs. There's no excuse these days, everybody's got masks for going to the shop, so you can wear a mask. I like to put some ear defenders on, because the old tip tip tip, chap chap chap, does your ears in after a while. And you also want to get a pair of safety goggles, because bits do ping off all over the place. Protect your eyes. Spoilt for choice here where to start, really. So to get going, start removing some matrix. You want a nice sharp chisel. This is my nice tungsten bad boy. And you want to be going in at like a 35, 45 degree angle. Every matrix is different, so you'll soon learn your little groove. This is quite a soft matrix compared to most of our matrix. So I just get, and when you're going in, don't go too close to your fossil, just work away from it and then work towards it slowly. So I'm going to go just down between the middle of these two. When you start to feel the matrix starting to break, starting to pop, start hitting the hammer a little slower, a little gentler as you see it starting to pop off, just to make sure that you're not going through and hitting any of your fossils. Ready? Pop. Here we have this big old Gerviella, half of one here, another one in here underneath that one, another Gerviella here, and another piece of one going over the top of that. Very busy. Now this is quite thin here, so I'm just going to take this away from the fossil. I'm going to aim at the fossil, but very gently just. And as soon as you see that starting to crack, starting to move, gently, gently, there we go, and just pop it off. I have taken my mask off just for the moment. I've got my extractor fan going just here. But in a minute I'm going to get back onto a time lapse. And I'll get my mask on so we can get into this Gerviella and get her prepped. Old school way of hammer and chisels, always the best. I've used air pens, I use my engraver, but hammer and chisel, that's the stuff. So just gently tapping in. You see it starting to release, so just a little gentler and there she goes. There's some bivalves and stuff in here, so I'm not sure how much of this I'll prep off. There's another Gerviella shell here, coming out at this sort of angle, I think, along with another one there, would have come in that angle. Usually they're pretty quite whole, but this seems to be a bit of a deathbed, a lot of open shells. Just gently aiming towards the fossil, little pops. Only try and take small bits off at a time. If you try and take big bits, you're just going to take fossil with it. Got the Ammonite here and quite a big chunk of matrix, so I'm going to remove this chunk of matrix. These are just the casts here. When using the hammer and when you're doing fine work, close up and you don't want to hit it too hard, hold it closer to the head. For here where we were removing matrix, try and use the full length of the handle. Get the hammer to do the work for you. This matrix here is incredibly hard compared to that side where it was reasonably soft-ish. It's going to be fun trying to get that Ammonite out. That is some crazy hard stuff there. Here there is a cast of the Gerviella overlapping this one here. This is going to pop off lovely, but to do that, we're just going to aim down very gently, give it a gentle tap, and wait for the little pop. Beautiful. Just taking small pits at a time. Cast came off lovely. Now I'm just following the shape of the fossil along here, keeping close so it just sends the shockwave and pops it off. Now I'm just going to go up between the fossils, go at about a 45 degree angle, tap tap. Trying to follow the shape of the fossil as close as possible, but without touching it. We're pretty close there. I'm going to go for a smaller chisel now. Dinky. That'll fit just between the fossils here. So again, gently, just going in gentle. This one is sharp. It's the first time I've used this bad boy. Nice little popper. This bit of matrix here is quite sticky to this fossil, so I'm going to go with a blunt chisel now, so as not to mark it in case I go too hard. Let's aim at the fossil, just tap it in, there we go, that's popped lovely, not too hard. Gutted. First time I've used this bugger, and the head snapped off. That wasn't welded on very well. Not sure how they weld these tungsten tips on. If anybody knows how to fix it, please comment and let me know. That just shows how hard that bit of matrix in there is. That is incredibly hard stuff there. Never fear, there's another one here. Got a lovely bit here. This matrix should pop off really nice, hopefully. So I'm going to go down, and I'm not just going to hit in one place. I'm going to move along a little bit, try and get the shockwave to move along and take a bigger chunk off, because this looks like it will come off a bit bigger. So, aiming down, just a little bit of a tap, move along a bit. I just know from experience how these ones pop, and they like it. They love it. Little tap like this. You can see every time there I've just stopped just before the fossil, very close there, but doing a good job. Now I've released that front bit there, I'm just going to try and pop in here and take this bit off. Beautiful. I'm not going to take too much of this matrix off, because mostly all this block is matrix. This is the outside of the nodule. The prize, we're still to do the prize. The old monolithic block, she's out there waiting. Need to bring it in to dry really. But I got no room for that big bugger. Just a bit more along here. Just going to follow the Gerviella fossil along, just follow the shape of it, just so we can clean out around the shape, leave most of the matrix as it is. So again, we're going to go in like 35-45 degree angle. I'm going to start at the front and then work my way back, because I'm not taking off loads now. I just want to take off a small amount. Smallish. Just popping just above just above the fossil there. Now I want to get quite close into the fossils here. I'm going to use the short one, not the short one, sorry, the more blunty chisel. That's come on really well with the old hammer and chisel. Got a lovely bit of definition. We brought out the Gerviella beautifully there. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful, all laying like they should have been on the seafloor. Thanks for watching. This has just been a quick how to use a hammer and chisel prep video. I'll be doing another one soon on a beautiful Ammonite, but this is as far as I can go now with the hammer and chisel on this. I'll be back soon to do another prep video where we're going to release a bit more of this and make a bit more definition using the good old engraver. So if you're subscribed, please hit the notification bell so you don't miss an up and coming video. Or if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more tips, tricks and adventures. Thanks for watching.